Welcome to the Omega Studio News you can use and talk to tea. Okay, welcome to Live at 9. I'm Kareem Clemons. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you guys so much for following me. Today is March the 19th, 2020. And I am excited to be here, and this is Live at 9. Okay, so I haven't really done a Live at 9 in a minute, but I'm here, and I thank you guys for being here, and I thank you guys for tuning in. Right here, right now, today, I'm just basically going to talk about what we are going through, and that is the coronavirus. Okay? So, yes, there is a lot of information that is out there, social media. But first, I do want to start out with saying that the administration has came up with an idea of how much money they want to send to American citizens per single person and per family member and for a child. We are going to look into that today. But right now, I want to show you guys some information coming from John Hopkins, coronavirus. Okay, right now, these are the latest numbers and on the virus. Let's take a look at this. Okay, so these are the latest numbers that we have here so far, according to the John Hopkins Coronavirus Research Center. We have a total that has reached right now to 242,191 in total cases, with China being the highest at 81,155, Italy at 41,035, Iran at 18,407, Spain 17,963, and the list continues with the United States at, let's see, where's the United States? Okay, that's region. Okay, so this is basically where it's at. Let me see. It should be, let's see. Okay, New York, 5,306. And then we have the United Kingdom. We have California at 952. And if you take a look in this section right here, this is the map of North America, Europe, Asia, Africa, just the continents. And right here, if I zoom in, you can see that the bigger circles are where the most are infected at. Okay. So the bigger circle is where the most affected at. And then we see that there are we can see right now that there are 9,843 total dead, with 84,962,000 recovery. Okay, and it goes in per country. Okay, yes. So this is the Johns Hopkins University coronavirus researcher that basically is researching the coronavirus as we speak. Okay, and it is very important that we follow this because, according to social media, they're saying that they're saying that millions will become infected and millions will die. So I believe it's very important that we look at this. I believe it's very important that uh, we keep ourselves protected, where we, would educate ourselves on what they want us to do, and that is called social distancing, and also they want us to quarantine ourselves just for the time being. And then they want us to also follow the steps very carefully if you haven't already followed them. And that is wash your hands continuously, continuing to have sanitizer on your hand, wash your hands 20 seconds with the ABC count, or sanitize, or also you can use hand wipes. You can also make your own solutions such as sanitize mix, or but prefer to make it. I mean, prefer to go in the store and get it instead of making it, because a lot of people are burning themselves, not really knowing what they need to do. Okay, so yes, I do have my glasses. My glasses did come early. I did tell you guys that I was going to be getting my glasses. They did come early. Okay, so they're here, and I'm so excited that it is here, and you know, they're really good. They look really good on me. All right, so yeah, so again, this is the John Hopkins. This is the John Hopkins uh, uh, formed right here with 242,191,000 dead. No, I'm sorry, not dead. Excuse me, infected already. Pardon me. Uh, on this side is 9,843 dead, with 84,962 recovering. So technically, ladies and gentlemen, every state in the United States is affected by the coronavirus. We have our partners up here, Canada, that they're seeing some cases. We have our people down in Mexico; they have cases, and every across the world there is a whole bunch of cases. Look at Africa, you guys. Africa has a lot of cases. Then Saudi Arabia, okay? Madrid, France, they have a lot with 15,000, 4,000, 41,000, 10,000. The big red circles indicate the most. New York, 5,000 with 22 dead now. Washington State, 1,187 with 68 dead. And California, 952 with 18 dead, right? So I think, again, it's very important. So let's go ahead and look at what they're saying as far as the the money. So I did see, I shared some information. This is live at 9. Well, Mega Studios Social T, and this is live at 9. So yeah, so it says America will get 2 checks under the department proposal. Okay, so let's look at this. Okay, we're going to go to the board, because I did tell you guys that I wanted to show y'all that they just approved. They didn't approve yet, but they are now saying Americans will now get 2 checks. Okay, so let's look at this and see what kind of check and what type of money we're going to get and when we're going to get it. Okay, so according to social media, the Treasury and the President, they're saying the Treasury Department asked Congress for 500 billion in direct payments. So it says two rounds of direct deposit, direct payment to taxpayer, each total 250 billion, will be sent on April 6th and on May 18th, according to proposal. So I did see that it was $1,000 So on 1,200 for a citizen, and let's see, the couples was it was three was 2,000 3,000. Well, hold on, let me just go to the other source because I can read these numbers better on how much money they're saying. So according to okay, here we go. This is what I wanted to go to in the beginning. Okay, so this is called similar check, and it is uh, a check that was so okay. So hold on, give me 1 second, everybody. Uh, let's see, text will be sent. Okay, yes. So all right. Okay, so according to all right, let me just go here, ladies and gentlemen. Then I'll. All right, so according to the department, no, this is the wrong tab, wrong tab, wrong tab. Right. Okay, so this is live at 9. All right, so this is what they're saying. Okay, so they're saying that right here. It's saying this the direct payment of 1,200 per person and 2,400 for couples as part of the sweeping Republican response to the coronavirus outbreak. Then they're saying that, and I did read something about the children receiving 300 or 500, but it had explained. But the crazy part is, what about those who are incarcerated, and what about those uh, who are homeless? How would they get their money? You feel me? How would those who are homeless and those who are incarcerated get their money, or are they entitled to it? But according to this, it says the stimulus check is 12 1,200 to 2,400 for couples. Okay, but there was like a breakdown, so I just want to try to find that real quick. There was a breakdown on this, and I think it was on. Great. I'm not really sure. I had it there. So yeah. So let me see. Let me just change this to black. Okay. Okay. So they're also saying that they're crafting 1 trillion rescue package to ship to households. Maybe this breaks down. Okay, so under the GOP plan, it says that threshold 75,000 per individual, 150,000 per couple. That would be $500 payment for each child. Then they're saying that the next wave, which I'm not really sure if it's going to be the same, it's going to total, or it's going to be another 3,000. I don't know. I'm just trying to read this as much as you are. Okay, so the payments will be $1,000 per adult and $500 per child, so that a family of two parents and two children will receive $3,000. right? That's what they have here. Okay, so so this is what they have here, and I think it's more important because I don't even think that this is going to be enough. This will not be enough for anyone who is being laid off, who has bills to pay. $1,000 a month is not going to be enough, okay, according to what they're saying. All right, but they're saying that there are one process will go out April 6th, and then the next one, if anything, will be May 18th because they're saying that uh, this will probably go into August or maybe September with the numbers according to John Hopkins. Okay, and then they're saying that possibility that they can that we will see millions of deaths in the United States. So if you have any comments or you have anything that you want to talk about when it comes to the coronavirus, how it affects you, drop a comment in the box on YouTube, Facebook, or Periscope, and let me know. Because again, this is the money that they're saying that they're going to distribute to us. So how does this money help you as an individual? You understand? These checks are going to be issued to the United States American citizens. Now the question is, how are they going to issue them? Where are they going to get your name from when they issue these checks? Now I'm not really sure if this has to do with the Censor 2020, if you receive that in your household to determine who's in your household and who's who and where, or if your name is in a database system already as being a citizen of the United States from voting. I'm not really sure if they're going to illustrate this from you know uh, uh, statistic data. I'm not really sure where they're going to get your name from. But again, they're saying that you're going to get this information and you're going to get it on those dates because uh, you know that every people are suffering. People are suffering from this, and people are definitely not really feeling the fact that the president already knew that this was here. They knew that it happened, and we seen from the numbers that you know that it first happened and and January, and then the numbers increased. You feel me? But yeah, I just really feel that they can really assist people in the correct and orderly fashion way because I was reading some information where they was talking about certain individuals who be getting this money and certain well maybe they talking about just those and people who are in jail and homeless people are not affected. I don't know. But the word says it is every adult. So again, if they're saying if they're saying April 6th, that is that's 3 weeks from now. That's 3 weeks from now, right? But we could tell again from the John Hopkins. Again, just take a look at this again. The numbers continue to stagnate. 242,191 confirmed cases as those who are infected with the coronavirus or corona v VOVID 19, right? So, that's what we see here. And I think it's very important because when they say social distancing, okay, so let's learn about social distancing. A lot of people want to know about what social distancing is. Okay, what's the definition for social distancing? And what does it mean? Because they did put something out on what social distancing means. Okay, we're gonna go to this right here so I can show you guys what social distancing is because everybody don't know what social distancing is. They don't know what it is, so we're going to learn right here, right now, what social distancing is. Okay? Okay, so let's go to this. All right, social distancing. Social distancing is basically social distancing is a term applied to certain actions that are taken by public health officials to stop or slow down the spread of a highly contagious disease. The health officer has the legal authority to carry out social distancing measures. Since the measures will be considerable impact on our community, any actions to start social distancing measure will be coordinated with local agencies such as city, police department, and schools. Uh, so what can I do? So they're saying that even though it may seem simple, practice good hygiene habits, right? Practice good hygiene habits. They want you to wash your hands and cover your coughs will help to stop or slow down the spread of many diseases. Well, in this case, they thought that closing gyms, schools, libraries, all these events where people will be gathered more, that will help slow down the coronavirus. Okay, it is a pandemic. Yes, it is a pandemic now. According to the World Health Organization, they did say it was a pandemic. So yes, so right here we can see it says other social distancing measures that will be used during a pandemic include closing all public and private K-12 schools and facilities, closing all child care centers, community centers, malls, and theaters, as well as suspending services at all house of worship. Additionally, during a pandemic, all indoor and outdoor events that attract large crowds would be canceled. These events include sports events. That's why we don't see baseball and NBA. And also, today is probably almost like the official day of spring, but it's almost like that. Okay, I just wanted to add that in there because you know it's going to be really nice tomorrow on Friday, 74 degrees, and a lot of people want to be outside and they want to play and everything and enjoy the weather and have these events, but apparently they can't because of this pandemic and it's been canceled. These events include sport events, concerts, parades, festivals. Mass transit systems may also be temporarily closed or be used only for essential travel. Well, they did say in New York that a couple of MTAs, about 20 of them, was tested positive for the coronavirus. They are in quarantine. And they're also saying that there are other people who was tested positive for the coronavirus as well, such as police officers. Police officers have tested positive for the coronavirus. Okay, and I do see my girl T.S. Madison is live, loud, and always forever in color. Okay, I see her live. I think that's the what you call it? I think she's doing the what do you call that? The Beyond the Bench. I think that's what that is. Okay. So, so yes, so we will want people to continue to social distance themselves, and I think is important because a lot of people are definitely not really understanding, and they're saying that a lot of people are not really adhering to certain things. And let me explain something to you guys. Normally, when people don't adhere to things, then that's when they take into consideration a dire situation where they will start to enforce things. And when they enforce these things, ladies and gentlemen, we can't get mad because they're enforcing it. And not only that, they are definitely doing this not only for the safety of this country, this great country, but they're doing it because they want to slow down something that is not even our fault. It's not my fault. It's not your fault. It's no one's fault. You understand? It's a health thing. And unfortunately, it made its way over here to the United States of this great country. And we have to suffer for this. We're all suffering. We are either, like I said before, we are either affected or infected by this coronavirus. Okay? Again, we are either affected or infected by this coronavirus. And I think it's very important that we also follow the guidelines through the CDC. Matter of fact, we're going to go to the CDC so we can gain some more information and knowledge. Okay? The CDC. And I think a lot of people are definitely, some people are taking it serious. Some people be like, you know what? It's not even affecting me because I'm young and it don't have no problem. It's no problem on me. But I can tell you one thing, ladies and gentlemen, it affects everyone who has a lung. Okay? Everybody who has a lung, mucous membrane, a nose, inside breathing, if you have that, it will affect you. Whether or not you are a animal or whether or not you are a human being, it's going to affect you. Okay? So again, according to the coronavirus, these are your latest. Okay? Yeah, I mean, that was something that, that was already, that we already knew that was already a problem, when they actually tried to get people to switch over to that. But I'm just saying, like right there, I'm talking about the e-cigarettes or vaping. Okay, so so what do we know so far about the COVID-19 response? So as of the 18th, the CDC is responding to the pandemic yet again. And now, I do want to thank the CDC for getting out PSA announcements to everybody in the nick of time because, again, I think the PSA announcement from the CDC should have been out long time ago. We're talking about a month, 2 months ago. And that article that I shared with you guys on there, they were saying that the pandemic, they was looking for a vaccine. But we're looking to that as well. So according to the CDC, the situation in the United States, different parts of the country are seeing different levels of COVID-19 activity. And again, according to the Johns Hopkins, we are seeing that there is a lot of activities when it comes to our 50 states, that every state is infected with a possible person who is infected with this deadly disease. Okay? So the United States is nationally and currently in interior phase, but the states where community spread is occurring are accelerating phases. Okay, so this is what they're saying. They're saying everyone can do their part to help us to respond to the emerged public health threat. And on March 16, the White House announced the 15-day spread down. So this is what the 15-day to slow down spread looks like. We are going to look at that. Let's go to that. Okay. According to the White House, this is what they want us to look at. Okay. Okay. So this is the 15-day spread. Okay. The 15-day spread is this, according to the president's coronavirus guideline for America, 15 days to spread, to slow the spread. Listen and follow directions of your state and local authorities. If you feel sick, stay home. Do not go to work. I repeat, if you feel sick, stay home and do not go to work. Contact your medical provider. If your children are sick, keep them at home and do not send them to school. Contact your medical provider. If someone in your household has tested positive for coronavirus, keep the entire household at home and do not go to work, do not go to school, and contact your medical provider. Well, ain't nobody working and ain't nobody in school because it's all closed. Okay? If you are an older person, stay home and away from other people. Not just older. Okay, so we see here. If you are a person with serious underlying health condition that can put you in increased risk, for example, a condition that impairs your lungs or your heart function or weakens your immune system, stay home and away from other people. Do your part to slow the spread of the coronavirus. And this is what the Omega Studio News and Talk Show T is doing here live at 9, is to announce to you guys the proper information according to coronavirus.gov and the White House. So even if you are young or otherwise healthy, you are at risk and your activities can increase the risk for others. It is critical that you do your part to slow the spread of the coronavirus. Work or engage in schooling from home whenever possible. If you work in a critical infrastructure industry as defined by the Department of Homeland Security, such as healthcare services, the pharmaceutical and food supply, you have a special responsibility to maintain your normal work schedule. You and your employees should follow the CDC guidelines to protect your health at work. Avoid social gatherings in groups more than 10 people. Avoid eating or drinking at bars, restaurants, and food courts. Use drive-thrus, pickups, or delivery options. Avoid dissertational traveling, shopping trips, and social visitings. Do not visit nursing homes or retirement or long-term care facility unless provided by critical assistance. Practice good hygiene. Wash your hands. So we're going to do that right here. They want you to wash your hands. So when you wash your hands, you put the soap on your hands, and then you take off your jewelry, and then you wash. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. And then that's the soap, and then you rinse. Then you rinse the soap off. Okay? Make sure you get under your nails, ladies and gentlemen. Your nails have the most germs under them. So make sure you get under your nails. Okay? Make sure you get under your nails, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Then rinse off. Okay? Especially after touching any frequent use item or surface. Avoid touching your face. So if you're going to touch your face, try not to use your fingers. Try to use, if you want to scoop your glasses up, or if you got an itch on your nose, do that. But be careful, ladies and gentlemen, because also when you're going to press the elevator, or if you are going to press a button, sometimes people get confused by just using their index finger instead of, I usually do this. I usually press like that, right? Then if I have to wipe us out, I'll just do like this. If I got an itch, I try not to use my fingers, and I try to sanitize and wash my hand as frequent as possible. And that's what they want you to do. Avoid touching your face. Sneeze or cough into a tissue, okay? And then, or in the middle of your elbow, right? Or right? So everything is in, there. And then last but not least, disinfect frequently used items and surface as much as possible. So now this is what I see. I see a lot of people with gloves on, and germs is on your gloves because you're touching surfaces, you're not washing your gloves, ladies and gentlemen. And when you have those gloves on, you're touching your cell phone, you're touching your glasses, you're touching the keyboard, you're touching your pants, you're touching everything with those dirty gloves on, even your clothes, you touch it. So you put all those germs on you with those dirty gloves. So my thing is this, ladies and gentlemen, if you have gloves, if you're wearing gloves, my thing is for you to change your gloves as frequently as possible because you're going to continue to transmit germs on you, even though when you think it's not there. When you take the gloves off, you're gonna think that the germs are gone. No, the germs are still gonna be there. Like you touch your cell phone with the gloves. So when you take those dirty gloves off, you're gonna retouch those cell phone when you get home. You ain't washed out your cell phone. And what was the purpose of having the gloves on? You touched your car keys, you touched your door with the gloves, and you threw those gloves away and you don't have the gloves on. So you're going to touch the keys and you're going to touch your car door, and then boom, you have the germs on your bare hand after you just washed them. Or, perfect example, I just got these glasses today, okay? And I have gloves on my hand and I'm touching them right with the gloves. But I changed them, and now when I don't have gloves on, I am now retouching the surface of my gloves, of my glasses where I had my gloves on. So now I have germs on my glasses on my hand that I touched with my gloves that I thought it was protecting me. So, ladies and gentlemen, you got to be real careful when you're wearing those gloves. If you're going to wear gloves out in public, you need to change them frequently. Because I see people with dirty gloves on, still with their cell phone, still going into their pocket, getting their money out, touching their wallet, touching everything, and you take the gloves off thinking that it's all good, and you retouching the surface, and that's a no-no. That's just downright disgusting. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to wear a mask on your face, please wear the right mask. Don't wear the wrong mask. But if you can't get to that mask, I can understand. But ladies and gentlemen, it's not that serious. Okay? The condition is not airborne, people. But I can understand people are in the street and, people are, talking and spitting and all that other stuff. But come on now, people. You don't really have to wear the mask in the street unless you are sick yourself or it was airborne. Okay? You don't really have to wear the mask. I think now people are now really, really seeing the situation for what it is, because I do see a lot of people wear a mask. But come on, you don't really have to wear it. But if you choose to wear it, wear the right mask. Okay? They say the surgical mask is not the mask you really need. You really need the bulky one, the construction one that goes on your face like that. And they say it feels very uncomfortable. But ladies and gentlemen, if you want to walk around with a mask on your face, as they say, a muzzle on your face, and you want to protect yourself, then your nose and your mouth may be covered. But remember about your eyes. You could still get droplets in your eyes if you don't have glasses on. So if you're going to wear that big bulky mask on your face or a surgical mask on your face, and you want to protect your mucous membranes, then why not wear the goggles too? Or why are you just protecting both surfaces when your eyes can get droplets in it too? There is mucous membranes in your eyes. And you can get that because if somebody spit in your face or talking, or if you feel that it's transmitted that way, it can get into your eyes. So if you want to go to full flesh, wear goggles too. But I'm not saying that. But I'm saying, listen, I just went over how you wash your hands and practicing good hygiene according to the coronavirus gov right here that we see right here on this paddle here. And again, I just went over how the gloves, you're going to wear gloves, ladies and gentlemen, carry a box of gloves with you and change those gloves frequently and be careful what you touch and don't touch because you don't want to transmit these germs even when you take these gloves off. Because then you're wondering, wow, I had gloves on, I had a mask on, I'm still sick. I still got the coronavirus, or I still got flu-like symptoms because you was not aware. I seen people pushing a carriage with the gloves on. Did you sanitize or wipe down the baby carriage? Because you're going to take your gloves off, you're going to forget all about that carriage, and you're going to be like, okay, whatever. And then you're going to touch that right there, and now you got it on your hands. You're going to get your phone. I don't have my phone. You're going to get your phone, and you're going to touch your phone. You're going to put it back up to your ear, and your phone has germs on it because you touched it with your dirty gloves. So again, ladies and gentlemen, this guideline right here is a guideline that they want us to follow. It is the 15-day slowdown spread. For more information, you guys can visit the coronavirus.gov. Okay? And this is for Live at 9. Okay, so moving right along. This is Live at 9 to 10. Okay, so again, this is Omega Student News and Talk Show T, March 19th, and this is Live at 9. Again, I'm talking about the coronavirus, and I believe that this information is very useful when it comes to our country and the pandemic that we are dealing with right now. Again, we're going to go back to the Johns Hopkins coronavirus resource, and we're going to continue to look at the latest numbers. Okay, so the latest numbers as far as the coronavirus, COVID-19 global case by Center for System Science Engineer at Johns Hopkins, we see now that the total case is still 242,191. Okay, and active cases. If we switch over to active cases and we come into the United States, we can see right here that existing 5,000, this is New York, 5,284. Zero recover. I don't even think anybody in the United States recovered from this. If we go over here to this side, on the far right-hand side, it doesn't show anybody in the United States recovering from this. Out of the 84,962 recovery, we can see that the highest is China. Because we see here on the far left at 67,800 confirmed cases compared to cases that are active cases and confirmed cases. So we see China, not Chinese, because I did see somewhere on social media where they said the President of the United States erased coronavirus and put Chinese. No, it's coronavirus or COVID. We ain't saying it's African. We're not saying it's Latin. We're not saying it's white. We're not saying it's black. We're not saying none of that. We're saying COVID or coronavirus, okay? Regardless of where it came from, okay, it is here, okay? Because we have a lot of Chinese people living in this great country, and they don't want to be offended by that. Even though it did come from China, okay, oh well, in China, there. But what if it was an individual that wasn't Chinese that spread it, that happened to be visiting China, okay, and happened that it was there? What if it was somebody from let's say South America that visit China and they had it? What if it was somebody from Asia that visit China and they had it? What if it was somebody from North America that visit China and then they had it? So just because it started in that area does not necessarily mean that the president should say Chinese. It's offensive. It's offensive. And I know that the Chinese will not be getting their votes when it comes to 2020. Okay? As the president say, Sleepy Joe just earned those votes. Okay? Sleepy Joe, that's what President uh, Trump calls former Joe Biden. He calls him Sleepy Joe. So since the Chinese, as he says, and he marked it in his little thing, okay, the Chinese just got the votes to Sleepy Joe. Okay, that's what he said. Okay, he calls him Sleepy Joe, so call it what it is. Okay, so yes, so China, so that's where it happened there. Okay, but we shouldn't be saying Chinese. Okay, we should be right now focusing on how we can come up with a vaccine and how we can help the great citizen in this great country. Okay, because every state is either somebody infected or affected. Okay, and again, according to social media, they are saying that they want to propose checks that could be sent out to people no later than April 6th or May 18th. Okay, just to break that for those who are joining right here, right now, they're saying that their possibility of payments would be $1,000 per adult, 500 per child, that a family or two children will receive $3,000. That's what they're saying. Okay. But again, if you have any information and you would like to put in the comment of how you feel that this has been effective in your community, or what are you doing to stay quarantined, if anything, or you just not really, basically giving two hoots about this and just moving on with your life. I mean, we could still do that, ladies and gentlemen, but sometimes we have to let's see me 1 second. Sometimes we just have to technically just, basically let this not be a scare to us, because again, people are definitely saying, just give me 1 second. What's going on here? Okay, so, it is what it is. It is what it is. And I believe that people should just continue to follow the guidelines, and they should definitely should definitely check up on your neighbors, check up on your family members. You understand? And again, follow the guidelines of washing your hand and staying social distance. And all this to be over with. All to be over with, and we will go back to our regular living, because at some point, this is scaring a lot of people. A lot of people are definitely saying that it's not going to affect them, and it ain't gonna, it doesn't really mean anything to them. But I'm saying this, ladies and gentlemen, if you have children and they're out of school, please school them on this epidemic. School them on what they can do when they go back to school, okay? How they can take measures. Give all your kids, when you get those supplies, make sure they have wipes, make sure they have sanitize, okay? Make sure they wipe down their books, make sure they wipe down their desk, because they're changing periods, especially those who are in high school. They're changing classes and stuff, and they're going from room to room, desk to desk, and everything. So make sure you teach them how to sanitize their hands and also wipe down certain things. Okay. Also, too, for those who are school buses and vans, make sure I don't know how they're gonna social distance at that time, but when you're there, just make sure you cough in your hand, your arm, or sneeze in your arm, and that's something that you can learn moving forward, or sneeze in a tissue. Okay. Also, too, please, if you're homeschooling, please homeschool your kids. I see a lot of kids out on the street now. There's a lot of kids out on the street. Like, it's school time. This is the time where you need to be homeschooling your child. This is not a vacation. This is not some place where they say, oh, school is out and we can go out there and drive some. No, you need to homeschool your child. I think this is the best time to sit your child down and spend time with them. This is the best time right now is to spend time with your child. Okay? Because it makes sense, because it is what it is. Okay? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this information that I shared, and let's see, is it on here? Okay, this is the information that I shared, and they were saying something about. Let me just go here. Let me just go here real quick. They were saying something about the coronavirus already being here, right? All right, so Kobe Bryant right here, right now. As you can see, please, hold on, just let me just do 1 second. Let me just sidetrack this, turn this off. Copyright, turn it off. All right, so, okay, so as we see here, this is a post that says, January 27th, 2020, and we see that the late Kobe Bryant daughter among 9 killed in a crash. But if you look right here, it says Rush is on to develop vaccine for coronavirus. Now, if I can read this, if I can see it, but they're saying at least 1,975 people in China and 5 in the United States. I told y'all. Didn't I tell y'all this? I said that according to the CDC, this happened in the beginning of January. So now you do something now in March, like something should have happened. And who did that fall on? Who did that fall on? Because again, according to this, it says at that time it was 1,975 people in China and 5 in the United States. Right? Big difference to the numbers that we see on the Johns Hopkins coronavirus resources skyrocketing to 242191. Big difference. Big difference. Right? Big difference. So, again, I would suggest everybody continue to, do what you need to do and to stop the spread of the coronavirus, because again, it will save your life. It will save your life. Definitely. And I think it's very important because the fact is that a lot of people just feel like, again, like it's saying it's the young people. They're saying young people are feeling the fact that it's not definitely going to affect them because they're not, they believe that they're not going to get it, and that they're going to pretty much, it's just going to bypass them. But again, like I said before, it's going to affect everyone who has a lung, uh, the nose, the any respiratory anything, compromised immune system, elderly, because like they said, you could be 20 years old, 30 years old and have lymphoma disease, or you could have cancer, or you could have other illnesses, and then you bring it home to your family and not even know it, and then your parent or your grandmother or your father can get sick and succumb to the injuries or to this deadly disease. Okay, so at this time, I want to thank everybody for taking the time to join me here on Live at 9. Okay, I will be back on Friday, 3/20/2020, with Friday, which is going to go down very, very, very soon. All right, so again, I thank you, and remember, stay safe and always, always follow the guidelines. For more information, you guys can visit the blog page, the CDC, or you can visit coronavirus.com. Holla!
You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose.